What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to another Team Mom 2 recap, which aired on Monday, May 6th on MTV. Now, I came in late on the show because I got some very bad news earlier before the show came on. So I was late tuning in, but I'm going to give y'all the parts that I seen. And I didn't miss too much of the show, but it's going to be a bit out of order because, like I said, I got some bad news earlier. A really good friend of mine passed away, and I found out like an hour before the show came on. And so like my mind just been all over the place, but I'm gonna give it to y'all the best I can, the parts that I seen. So the show starts off with Brianna. She's dropping off John at the airport after they spent some time together, and she goes to meet with Janelle. Now, like I say, this is gonna be kind of out of order. She go to meet with Janelle for lunch, and I forgot that her and Janelle was even friends. They just don't seem like that those two will be. It don't seem like those two will be friends. So Janelle is asking her how's things been going, and how's it going with her new little boo. And she's like, everything's good. And Janelle asks, well, do you have kids? And Brianna was like, no. And then Janelle was like, that's a good thing. You don't have to deal with baby mama drama. And she was like, and it's still a good thing on his part. He don't have to deal with baby daddy drama since they don't come around. And I'm like, she's trying to throw shade. Like, Jesus' dad just now starting to come around. What you mean? And so Brianna, she hurry up and went to Devon's defense and say, well, Devon, he's been doing good. He's been doing much better than he used to. And she was like, yeah, so he met my mom, and Brittany met the kids, and they like him and everything like that. And so, what else? So, Chelsea, she went out to eat with some friends. She started to have chest pains. So she left and went to the emergency room. They sent her home with a heart monitor, I'm sorry, y'all. And she said that when she go back to the doctor, they'll check and see if it's anything serious with her heart or was it just a panic attack. And so I'm thinking that it's a panic attack triggered from the break-in. Because from my own experience with 2 break-ins in my home, I know what that feels like, just, thinking that you have it all together and you put that behind you. But that's something that's going to always be with you. That's something that you'll never forget. Like I say, somebody broke in your house. They violated your home. They went through your room, your living room, your kitchen. They went through your personal belongings. They stole things out of your house, things that you worked hard for. So I know what she feel like. And when we go through things like that, we do the best we can to kind of cover up what we really feel inside, because we want to be strong to those around us. And I know Chelsea, that's how she is. But at the same time, she's still pretty honest about the things that's bothering her. And when she had mentioned that she wanted to move, and Cole was like, we can't just get up and go like that. We just moved in the house. We just got our house. We can't just up and go like that. And I know Cole is like the most supportive to her, her husband, like as he should be. At the same time, I just hope that he really understand that these panic attacks, that's something serious, like to consider somebody else going through. Because my son suffered a really bad panic attack in front of me once, and that broke me down to see him in that state. Like, it really broke me down. It even triggered that had a lot to do with my own nervous breakdown, but not to get too much off subject. So yes, I believe that Chelsea had a panic attack. And so I think the producer said, well, would you consider going to therapy? And Chelsea was like, nope, that's completely out of the question. I'll just rather take the medication. But I hope she reconsiders it and seeks therapy along with, medication. So, they just kind of have her on edge, not really wanting to leave the house. she's feeling like now something is wrong with her. She got issues. And like I say, Cole is so supportive. He's like, you don't have issues. You all right. Panic attacks are normal. People have them. I mean, we done went through a lot the last couple of months. So that's to be expected. You know, it's normal. It's understandable. But, you know, I just feel sorry for her. I feel sorry for her. I hate to see that she's going through that. So, Nova, she's showing her little project from school, like a timeline, and has the timeline of her life. She got little pictures on there, her and her family. And so, Brianna's mom, she was like, none of the pictures on a poster are updated. All of the pictures are older pictures of Nova and no pictures of Stella. And Brianna was like, I know, that's sad. I don't have no pictures of Stella yet. So her mom was like, come up with this good idea to take a family portrait. But she didn't just leave it there. She was like, and also, I want Devon and Lewis in the photo. And Brianna and Brittany was like, Lewis? No, why he gotta be in the picture? So Brianna wasn't having it. But her mom insists. And I'm like, this lady here now, she just doing too much. She should let Brianna decide how she want to take a family portrait with her kids and their baby daddies. And her baby daddies. You know, she might want to take a separate photo with her kids and Devon. And she might just want Lewis to take a photo with Stella. You know, like it don't have to be all that because it does look forced. It looks fake. Like, why are you doing all that? Who's the picture for? When we see this, it's on national TV. We see what's really going on in y'all life. So it's not like it's one big happy family. But I know she's saying she's doing this for the sake of the kids. But like I say, they can take separate photos. And then they can have their own family portrait without the guys in the picture. I don't know what she's thinking, but sometimes she just do too much. And she treats Brianna like she's a little kid. Your daughter is grown with 2 kids. Let her make her own decisions on how she want to take a family portrait. So what else? Because I wrote down a few notes. I'm sorry. Janelle, she said that her and Barbara's bumping heads again. I'm like, oh Lord, I should have known it wasn't gonna last long. She said her and Barbara bumping heads because Barbara is starting to just get too much in her business and she wished that she'll just back off. So she's like, I don't know if she's on vacation with a friend, but they're somewhere and she's in the pool, and then Barbara FaceTimes her and the kids are on the phone and she's talking to the kids on the phone. So when she gets off the phone, she's just talking about how Barbara, she's talking to production about David, and it's making David look bad. So like I say, when Brianna had dropped John off at the airport, she went to go meet Janelle for lunch or dinner. And so while they're in a restaurant eating, she brings up that she compares David's situation with MTV and not being able to film with surviving R. Kelly. And I'm like, is she serious? I know she didn't. So she was like, because the way all of those women did an interview to talk against R. Kelly and whatever he allegedly did to them, this is what MTV is doing to David. Like, they just believe anything that's told to them about David. And I'm like, well, no, if anything, you should want to blame David for his own actions. He did all this to himself. He got himself kicked off the show for the things that he put on social media alone. He tells on himself. But with Janelle, you just can't say nothing bad about David. And so like I say, y'all, this is kind of mixed up. So I'm kind of going through a few notes that I wrote down. Okay. So Kel said that Joe came over to pick up the check. And she didn't really want to talk to him because she still feel a way about having to pay for child support in the first place. I'm like, Lord, girl, please. She was like, it's kind of a struggle now with her paying her mortgage since she got to pay the child support. And I was like, but last week she made it look like everything was all cut and dry and everything was cool. So she should have, I'm pretty sure Joe is easy to like, he's understanding. So it's not like he want to see her struggle. And then I'm saying to myself, well, you getting paid by MTV. It's kind of hard to believe that you struggling to pay your mortgage. But I don't know. I just think that she should have talked to Joe. I mean, your mortgage was the same as it was, when y'all sat down and talked about the whole child support thing. So now, why is it all of a sudden an issue with you? Like this girl, she just be in and out of moods. Like you never know what you're going to get from her on a weekly basis on the show. And she mentioned that she's buying a house. The house will be ready in about 6 months. I mean, not buying a house. She's building a home. It'll be ready in about 6 months. She said this will, although she owned the home that she's in now, but Javi's name is on the house since they divorced and he left her the house. She's moving, building a new home, just her and the kids. And it'll be her first home, in her name for the first time. So her friend Mark comes over and they kind of reminiscing on when he helped her to move in her first apartment. And she was just like, just looking back at how she's come a long way from an apartment to having 2 homes.